and celebrating and everything, and says, "You all know he was half white, don't you?"
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Somebody wanted me to, what people think politically in prison about, Republican, Democrat, all that and that. I really don't like talking about all that. I'm going to say how it was when Obama got elected. I was in the hole when he got elected. I went to the hole for fighting. When you get out, they can put you anywhere. They put me in there with this black guy. He said, "Hey, man," he goes, "I got a partner of mine moving in, but I wanted to wait to see who I had as a cellie." He goes, "I know you, man. You're cool, man." He said, "So before we do this move, I want to make sure you get a good cellie." And I said, "Okay, man, appreciate that, man." But we get to talking. It was a few days before I found somebody I could move in with. But it was a few days before we could get the move going. You got to fill out a room move pass, and everybody's got to sign it. And so it's like 6 of us signing it. It was like a 3-way move. Anyway, he tells me, there was this female CO. She had always been pretty cool. She let you get away with minor stuff and this and that, and everybody liked her. When I get out of the hole and get put in the cell with this guy, he's telling me, man, he goes, because I asked him, I said, "Man, how was it next day after the election?" He goes, "Oh, man, it was crazy, man. We was all hooping and hollering. We was all happy." And there was a lot of people that was rooting for Obama to get elected because he's first black president. I don't know what the deal was, but a lot of them was rooting for him. He said, "But she comes in the wing when we was all hollering and celebrating and everything and says, 'You all know he was half white, don't you?' He goes, 'Man, we wanted to beat her butt.'" I said, "She say that really?" He goes, "Yeah, she said that." He goes, "It was such a big deal that we didn't see her for 3 or 4 days. We don't know if she didn't come to work for a few days or if they put her in a different position or what, but said we didn't see her for a few days." He said, "We was mad at her." I said, "Man, that doesn't even sound like her." He goes, "I know, but," he goes, "that B did say that. No words. She thinks now she's racist." I said, "Well, maybe she wasn't racist. Maybe she's just making a comment." He goes, "Harvey, man, there was no reason for her to come in there and say that." Then the next election was right before I got out. I got out November 18th, 2016. But I remember I remember when Trump started running for president, a lot of people in prison were laughing. And we was laughing because we didn't think he was going to get elected. What was that show he used to have, The Apprentice? And he had all these shows. We just didn't think he was going to get elected. And then he didn't act like somebody running for president, And so even people who supported him did not think he was going to get elected, and were making jokes and stuff, and some people were making jokes about the way he talked, say huge instead of huge, things like that. He got elected November 5th or whatever it was, right before I got out. I was just, what the heck, man? I would have put money on it that he wouldn't have got elected. But anyway, I'm telling you all this is that people in prison really, like they do out here now, fight over politics. They really don't do that in prison a whole lot. People have their own opinions, and a lot of times they don't. The only time you hear about whether somebody's a Democrat or a Republican is around election year. Other than that, you really don't know. That's the only time they talk about president. And they really don't, a lot of them really don't say, who they're rooting for to get elected. They just talk about the candidates and stuff, Usually it's making jokes about them. Man, I can hear it now. In prison. I'm not even there, and I know what's going on. Man, you hear what she said. You know what he did? Back and forth, And they're just laughing and making jokes about it. And sometimes they'll get, man, I can't believe, they'll get kind of aggravated or frustrated. You believe what he's doing? You believe what she's doing? That type of thing. But it's not like it is out here. As soon as the election is over, they'll start talking about football or something. That's the way it is. I remember when I was growing up, the community I grew up in, nobody fought over. Friends weren't lost or anything. Didn't matter what party you supported or anything. People might joke with you and stuff, and, "Oh man, you're this or you're that." It was nothing angry. Now everybody wants to do everybody in over just what they believe. This has got to stop, people. It really does. Anyway, I thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.